Hey, how was Oasis on Friday night?
Oh, I'm still recovering slightly. Yeah, it was so emotional. It's amazing that they're back.
I am very excited to say that I've got Ryan Sampson and Danny Dyer here this morning. Morning, chaps.
Morning, guys.
Oh, I love it. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday.
It's lovely to see you both because, Danny, we had you in before season 1 of
Yes.
Mr. Bigstuff, and now, Ryan, we've got you with us as well. And, Danny, I think you said to us, I can't even remember if it was on air, off air, but when we spoke to you, you were buzzing for season 1. I think you said to us, I'm so excited. I think this is one of the best things I've ever done. I'm buzzing for it.
Yes.
And turns out you were right. Because it came out, it's done so well. Yeah. It's won awards, you've won awards. Like when you were on set, I was talking about this earlier on the show, because you know when terrible films come out, and I'm like...
Well, I've made a few, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, I didn't want to look in your direction, but you know when a film comes out and it gets panned and everyone agrees it's rubbish, I always think, like, on set, there must have been a moment where they looked at each other and went, we're onto a stinker here. But you knew that you were onto a winner here.
Well, I think you always back most things you're doing. You can just get it wrong, you know what I mean? You go into it with a certain energy, but no, I suppose this was my first... I mean, I love comedy, you know what I mean? I love the idea of doing comedy, and no one had ever trusted me with it before, so that's what I was excited about. I knew the show was great, and, you know, I was just proud to be a part of it, really. I was a bit giddy around it, I suppose. Yeah, you never know what success is going to get, and critically it was really well received, and yeah, I nicked an award. Lovely.
The big one, the BAFTA.
Big one, the BAFTA. Congratulations! I was watching that live. It was a great moment. Right. So now, have I made this up? Did you sort of write the script with Danny in mind?
Yeah, totally.
Totally.
Day one. Yeah.
Really?
I had him in mind for ages, and for series 1, I just decided to write a script off the back, unprompted sort of thing. And then I thought, well, I'll take it to people afterwards. And some producers really liked it. And then I was working on it for months and months. And then someone said to me, so you do realise, though, that obviously Danny's in EastEnders and you've written it with him in mind, but he's just not available at all. They film it every week of the year. I completely hadn't considered it. So then went into like a spiral of despair that I'd like wasted all these months, and I got this kind of dream of doing it. And then, magically, so I went out on a night out with some friends, and I told them all about this, but I've written this script, and now it's going to be... You can't really find a replacement for Danny Dyer, obviously. Quite difficult. And then at the end of the night out, it was a long night out, in the morning, on the way home, went past the newsagents, and on the front of like the Express or something, it said, Dyer quits Enders. I was like, this is God wants it to happen. Yeah.
You're doing cartwheels.
Yeah.
Newsagents.
That's great. That's like Trent going to Madrid. Trent Alexander-Arnold going to Madrid. It's like, it feels like you tapped him up and you've gone here in that EastEnders contract.
Yeah.
We'll get you a gig over here, don't you worry.
Pure coincidence, by the way. Yeah, it was, yeah. It was just, it was weird the way it panned out. I'm so glad it did, though. You know, it's just... He did say to me he was going to win me a BAFTA, that's the truth.
Yeah.
And he did.
He did.
That's why I was so emotional, you know, when I got up there, I was like... You know, and I managed to make Ryan cry on telly.
My eyes out.
Mate.
Honestly, I thought it was going to be so cool, and then I just immediately, I was like really calm, and then as soon as he said his name, I was like, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it. Like, I gave you this hug, and you know, it's that hug that like your nan gives you when she don't want you to leave.
It was a beautiful moment. It really, really was. It was great, and your speech was lovely as well, Ryan. I mean, you wrote the show. It was your idea to put Danny in it. Where's your BAFTA?
Yeah.
Hey, come on. The man deserves it. I mean, he has slogged it for years.
Yeah, I suppose so.
know?
I suppose so.
You can get your BAFTA from season 2 anyway.
Exactly,
what can you tell us about season 2 without giving too much away?
I reckon it's got BAFTA written all over it.
Yeah, I'll tell you that for free.
Absolutely.
I have watched it, and genuinely, I'm like, this is the funniest thing I've seen. And I mean, I wrote it, so you don't bow. But I defined one. There's certain scenes. There's this scene where Lee is in his room, and Kirsty, played by Harriet Webb, walks in on him as he's having a trim up, let's say, right? And it is the funniest. It is one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen in my life, and I defy anyone not to laugh at it. I'm so happy about it.
Yeah.
So grateful.
I love Harriet as well. Shout out to Harriet Webb. What an actress she is. The whole cast are amazing in this.
Yeah, you've got a few new cast members this season as well.
Yeah.
That must be nice because everyone sees season 1 and sees how funny it is, and then season 2, everyone's lining up going, "I'll be in it."
Yeah, it is really nice. That
Yeah.
We've got some great little cameos involved. Got the lovely Linda Henry.
Yeah.
Who I haven't worked with since EastEnders. She played my sister / mum. I won't go into it. It's a long story. And just to be
Morning,
around
Norfolk.
her again.
I was born there.
He's from there. It's fine.
She's amazing though. She's so brilliant and so naturally funny. So I think there's a lot of excitement around seeing us on the screen again together.
Yeah. She's so right for that part as well.
Yes,
Like when we saw that people, when she came in, you just like, oh my God, this is so perfect.
Love missed old Linda. She needs to be back on the telly lively.
Is it now that, because you've got Danny on board, right? Season 1, he's won a BAFTA. So season 2, are you a little bit like, I can literally make him do anything in this season, so he can have a trim up. You're like, I'm like, I've got Danny now. Danny's mine. I've won him an award. I can make him in any situation. he's got to do it. Is that pretty much how it went this season?
He gets me at it, didn't you?
It gets weirder than that.
Does get weirder than that.
End of episode 1.
Yeah.
Really?
That's a lot. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah. It's hard, isn't it? If I'm not giving anything away.
Yeah.
But,
Danny's still scarred by it.
no, listen, I embrace it. Like I said, I'm up for anything, really, mate. I'm game as you like.
Now, it must have been a hell of a turnaround because I couldn't believe that you were coming back in for season 2. Because it felt like it was just the other day that we had you in promoting season 1. So how quickly, when did you get the green light? When did you start filming? When did it all happen?
Got the green light pretty much as soon as it went out. And then what it turns out, if you don't sleep or do anything apart from write, you can actually get quite a lot done. You'll have a horrible time of it, obviously, but it was really intense because of just people's schedules and stuff. This one, I had to go really quickly, so it was just a case of really having a lot of ideas straight away.
I think you had ideas, didn't you? Well, we were doing the first one.
Yeah, luckily.
Of sort of setting it up, setting the characters up. The turnaround to shoot it was pretty quick, so you had to get it done by a certain time.
Yeah.
And then we went straight into production and started shooting it again. It was amazing.
Would have been really funny if in the meantime you joined Corrie. Can't get him out of the contract, Ryan. Sorry, he's well, that's awesome. And then how much of season 2 that you had in your mind when you started writing this have you left gaps for maybe, I don't know, season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8?
The biggest one is there's a mad old cliffhanger at the end of series 2. One where I'm like, you've written yourself into a bit of a corner here, haven't you, love? Like, it's a lot to get out of. I'm very excited to see what people think of the end of series 2 because it's quite like edgy. You've got to talk around it, haven't you? You can't actually see what it is. It's quite edgy, and I don't think anyone will see it coming.
No, I didn't see it coming.
No.
I was like, wow.
Can you imagine, if this is what he's got you doing in season 2, if we're sat here in 3 years' time on season 5, can you imagine the stuff he's going to have you doing, Danny?
Well, but again, I think I've done so much with this character Lee already. Then all bets are off.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's fun to play.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's not. It's a good discipline comedy when you're coming to work. It's fun. It's naturally fun. You play it all straight, but it's such a left field character. Lee, you can put him in any real situation, can't you? And so I just look forward to what he's got to come up with.
I love that style of comedy. I rewatched the Naked Gun was on TV the other day. And Leslie Nielsen, the way that he plays it so straight, even though it's the silliest scene, and that's what happens in Mr. Bigstuff loads, where the situation is so ridiculously funny and insane, but the characters are playing it as you would in real life. I think it's such a great way of doing it.
His like casting bracket was he always used to play those really serious, like the doctor or the detective sort of thing, and then so he just carried on doing the same thing with just a little bit more of a twinkle in his eye. Genius, isn't it?
It's so genius. I was rewatching it the other day and I was crying laughing. My wife was in the other room. She came. She was like, "What are you laughing at so much?" I went, "Naked Gun's on." I was like, "Leslie Nielsen's a genius." Well, if you haven't seen season 1, my recommendation is go back and watch watch it. It's such a fun show. It's truly original as well. It really is. I've not seen any comedies really like it. I can't think of anything quite like it. The BAFTA award-winning season 2 of Mr. Big Stuff is coming out on the 24th of July, which is your birthday, Danny, as well.
My 48th birthday.
Oh, what a lovely
It's not one you
present.
celebrate, is it? You know what I mean? Don't get excitable when you're 48. 50's, I suppose, the final big birthday, isn't it? Where you'd have a party.
I mean, I reckon 60 also you could
60?
do it.
Oh, yeah, I suppose 60.
Come on.
Would you really?
I think any 10, 60, 70.
You reckon?
I think by 80, you'd think, I think
you're still won't be lucky to be about.
When you're in your
one.
20s, people are doing the 5-year interval, aren't they? Like, you get your 25th, but then after a while, it's just stand.
The 48th, I mean, you know, it'll come and go.
It's neither here nor there.
No.
Well, anyway, so happy birthday is what we're trying to say.
Thank you very much.
So that's when season 2 of Mr. Big Stuff comes out. Hello to Jade, who says, I just wanted to say that Mr. Big Stuff was so brilliant and it got me through the dark depths of feeding a newborn in the middle of the night.
I'm so glad. That's lovely.
That's an image.
I'm glad to have got you through that.
Amazing news.
Now, a better radio presenter would have planned this better, and I would have spoken to you, Danny, about seeing Oasis on Friday night when I played Oasis a few moments ago, but I got my timings all wrong, so I'm just going to ask you out the back of Blink 182, if that's all right. Hey, how was Oasis on Friday night?
Oh, I'm still recovering slightly. Yeah, it was so emotional. It's amazing that they're back, and the fact that I had to go to their. I just wanted to see them walk out for the first time. Do you know what I mean? And they came out holding hands. And I just, it's a throwback for me. It's just like for most people that love him, you know, the nostalgia of it all.
Yeah.
And they done 24 songs, 2-hour set, and his voice sounded great. But it's just an emotional thing, man. The good old days.
Yeah.
When life was slightly simpler.
Yeah, well, do you know, because we're very lucky at Radio X, we get to go to so many gigs, but I spoke to Johnny Vaughan, which I need to ask you about in a sec, and I mean, by the sound of things, they were saying it's probably the best gig they've ever been to. It was so special, the atmosphere in the stadium that night.
There's a lot of love, and I think people just need to jump about and be lunatics, you know, and forget about their woes slightly. And I think, you know, they really did deliver. It was shame it was Cardiff because that was a mission. I didn't stay up there, so but I hung around and there was some good people there, and I just loved it. I just lost control.
Yeah, I don't blame you. If you can't lose control at the Oasis reunion after 16 years, when can you? So I got a text from Johnny Vaughan this morning.
Oh, yes.
He says that he saw you, Danny, and he says that the exact words I received were that you narrated his visit to the urinal. Would you like to...
It's always odd, isn't it, when you're sort of chatting to people and you how can I put it, we've both got our winkles in our hand, you know. It's an odd encounter.
Yes.
But no, he was very impressive, Johnny, let's put it that way.
He's an impressive guy.
Yeah. So, and he was very excitable as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, we had a lovely chat in the carsy.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah,
I'm glad. Well,
that was great.
Here's an image for you. Johnny and I regularly we go to the Turkish baths together.
Oh, okay.
So I know every inch of that
he
man.
is.
Yeah, exactly. And he's an impressive chap.
Yeah.
Especially when you've just come out of the cold plunge as well. Fair play to him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're getting the whole slapped with the big bag of suds and then the sticks.
No, it's not Roman Greco wrestling.
Oh, I've been to the Turkish ones and they've done that to me and I didn't know I was going to get the full shebang, but I didn't.
Does it hurt?
It does a bit.
Yeah.
And you're a bit like, I don't know if this is enjoyable. Really.
They're smashing you with twigs, isn't they? What is it?
Well, they get a massive bag that's got soap foam in it,
Gotcha.
and they slap it about.
Really?
Oh. But also, you do feel like maybe you've seen 20 people today, and you're just
And you've got
a bit
the
of your. Yeah. I don't want to be on the other end of it.
Have they done that to you, Tobes?
No, and I'm starting to worry that, Ryan, have you checked that there are licensed premises that you're going to?
Oh no, this is just as and where I can get it.
Sign me up, please.
Now, I've got a text here from Ben who says, Ryan, when you're actually writing it, because you said earlier on, and I like that you said that it's one of the funniest things you've ever seen, even though but I like the writer of a show saying that. Do you know what I mean?
It's so weird, because I feel I'm a very self-critical person. I've watched things that I've acted in before and been like, no, absolutely not. So to watch this one and go, to be honest, particularly the scenes that I'm not in, the scenes with Danny and Harriet together, I am like, this is this is the best scene. This is one of the best things I've seen for years. So it's like, yeah, I feel very overcome, very grateful.
Great, though.
He's the oracle, isn't he? You know?
Yeah.
He's the oracle.
Yeah.
He's constantly thinking about it. And, of course, when we shoot it, we rap, you know, I go off and, you know, get on with what else I'm doing. And he's sitting in the editing suite. He's there for the whole process. Coming up with different ideas, different music, different... You know, so it's very much, you know, Ryan's baby.
Who'd have thought an oracle could be so small and northern? How disappointing if you
An oracle from Rotherham.
Oh, the Rotherham Oracle. It sounds like a newspaper.
It does, doesn't it? It sounds like a local paper.
Oracle. Yeah, there you go.
Ben says, do you ever find yourself laughing out loud whilst you're writing? Or is it once you see it?
Well, I write quite a lot in a cafe, so I don't want to give anyone the. It'd be weird, wouldn't it, looking over and seeing this? Like, oh, that's really funny. I just think I don't really. I'm very intense while I'm writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I see my partner, and he'll be like, "Do you want a cup of tea?" Like, what? Yeah, sorry, I'm just in the middle of this. Actually, like, you become very uptight. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see it. So it's the 24th of July. Easy to remember because it's Danny Dyer's 48th birthday. Is when season 2 of Mr. Big Stuff comes out. The first season, of course, won lots of awards. Danny Dyer won a BAFTA. It's Ryan's turn to get a BAFTA as well.
Yeah,
season 2.
Yeah.
Season 2. But you heard it here first. Ryan's already said it is going to win a BAFTA. So
Yeah, okay.
no pressure to everyone over at
I think I
BAFTA.
got a bit full of myself there, to be honest.
I enjoyed it.
Chaps, so lovely to see you, and you've already let loose that it ends on a cliffhanger. So will you come and see us before season 3?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Let's get the green light first. Right? It's not, but yeah, of course we will. We love it in here. Good gaff.
Perfect. Lovely, chaps.
Radio X.